In this session, you will use the Place Assembly tool to place a toilet layout from the assembly library. An assembly is a group of components stored in a library that can be selected and placed in the model. Once placed, the components behave as if they were placed individually. These can be useful for many things, but architecturally they are particularly useful for common layouts that are used over and over again in the models, such as furniture groupings, restroom layouts, or anything that includes multiple items that have a relationship, such as a bank of elevators or escalators. Set the floor selector to Station Ground Floor. Select the View Group Building Model and create a display set of the station building without the roof framing. Again, you may wish to maximize the top view of the model. Select the Place Assembly tool from the Assembly Builder group on the Architectural ribbon. Set the discipline to Architectural. Select the assembly name, Toilet Women's 2. Note the placement point for the assembly. Place in the women's toilet space by selecting the corner of the space and then a second data point to determine the rotation. Note that the assembly included a vestibule area that we did not account for in our space layout. You will need to adjust the walls around the placed assembly elements to create the vestibule area for the women's toilet, and then reduce the size of the storage space. You will then need to update the storage and women's toilet space. Remember, it is always better to update an existing space rather than create a new space so that you maintain the data that is on the space. First, select the storage space, then move the center handle so that the storage space is within the boundaries of the new room. Then use the Update Space tool and update the storage space. Don't forget to trim the wall between the toilet room and the new vestibule. Then update the women's toilet space as well. Select the Place Assembly tool again, selecting the Toilet Men's 2 assembly. Place in the men's toilet space. This time you will need to place it outside the space. Then select all the components and use the Mirror tool to mirror it into position. Again, you will need to adjust the walls and spaces. Note the items that were added to the Explorer. These are all the components that make up the toilet rooms. They include plumbing fixtures, toilet accessories, and toilet partitions. Each item can now be tracked in the model. In the next session, we will once again use the door and window tools, this time to add the interior doors for the restroom, a cased opening for the ticket counter, and even windowsills on the ticket windows.
If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. If you want to see more such series, consider subscribing to our channel. Thank you, and see you next time.